and go into a deep sleep. You're going to imagine as if you have a helium balloon in your left hand, pulling up, raising up, raising up. Jamin, just allow your hand to rise.
That's Max Major in his role on Oxygen's Love Games, the series finale tonight at 9 o'clock. Showing off his magical talents, he joins us this morning to show a few wow-inspiring tricks. First of all, I hope you do.
Yeah.
So how have you been wowing each other, wowing people, and for how long? How long have you been doing this?
Well, I did my first magic show when I was 14 years old. It was a party for a neighbor for a little kid's birthday. But prior to that, I had been doing it for years in elementary school. But I'd say in college is when I got really serious about it. But an interesting thing happened when I was 16 that sort of changed the direction of the kind of magic I was doing. My father was actually hypnotized to quit smoking. And I was fascinated by this. That someone, that he could, have smoked for 20 years and just, one day he came home from this therapy session and it was gone. And so I started to learn hypnosis when I was around 16 and started to integrate that into my magic. And that's what this show is all about.
So let's make magic here.
Okay.
Your first trick. Let's go for it.
Okay, yeah, we're going to do a little piece that has to do with suggestion, okay? We're going to use a deck of cards, all right? And I'll give these a quick shuffle for you. And I'm going to give you a target. And I'm going to tell you right up front what's going to happen. And even if you try, you won't be able to avoid it. It's inevitable.
Okay.
So I want you to take the cards, give them a cut or two. And I also want to show you, here's our target, okay? I have a card here. And this card, okay, from another deck, this will act as our target. I'm going to tell you right now, just put those back together in a nice pile, that you are going to end at the King of Clubs. I'll tell you right up front that no matter what, you will end at the King of Clubs.
So Max is
and I'm going to try to
King
influence your decision. So deal these in your hand,
okay.
Put one card at a time into my hand, and whenever you feel it, Keith, I just want you to stop and use your intuition.
Bam. I'm
right
done.
there.
I'm done.
Okay? Take the very next card right where you stopped, deal it into my other hand. We want to keep it away from the rest of the cards. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, here's the cool thing. I want you guys to get a really tight shot of this, okay? Look, this has been in your view the whole time.
King of
and you could have
Clubs.
stopped anywhere you wanted, but check this out. It's the King.
Oh, come on. Come on.
You never had a choice. You never had a choice.
I mean, how did you do that?
Well, suggestion is a really powerful thing. There were studies back in the 80s. You probably heard these stories where they were putting subliminal messages in movie trailers, right? They were trying to make people more thirsty or hungry so that they would go during intermission and they'd buy more snacks or drinks. And so marketers have been experimenting with influence and suggestion for a long time. And, it faded back then as far as pop culture, but even as recent as 2002, Fox actually tried to use suggestion in an episode of The Simpsons to make people buy Coca-Cola. And it's never really conclusive, but there's no doubt that from all of these studies that we take cues from our environment. Okay, we take cues around us, and it affects our behavior, and that's really what suggestion is about.
So now let's use suggestion to go on to our next trick.
Okay, so hypnosis is just really a more advanced version of suggestion. What it is it's a way to make someone be in this really hyper-suggestible state. Okay, so in the same way that I influenced you to stop at the King of Clubs, I'm going to try to suggest an image to you now. Okay, so I'm actually going to draw something, and I don't want you to see it. Okay, yeah, don't start yet because I'm going to draw mine first. I want you, if you could, just look off to the side for a second, and I'm going to draw a very simple image. Okay. And I'm going to try to send and communicate this image to you, okay?
Yep.
I'm going to leave this face down here. You can turn back around.
Okay.
And I don't want you to overthink this. I want you just to use your instincts. But first, set the clipboard down. We're going to try this. You're left-handed. You grab the mark with your left hand. Can I use your right hand?
Yep.
Yeah. I want you to, if you could, pick a spot on your hand with your eyes.
Okay.
Lock your eyes on that spot. And as your hand just drifts towards your face, just allow those eyes to close. And Keith, I want you to sleep. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you to allow an image to form in your mind once again. See this image vivid and bright. See it in color if it helps. Imagine it bright red. And see this image strong as if you're drawing it out on a chalkboard right in front of you. And Keith, you can open your eyes.
Okay.
You should have a really strong idea of an image at this point, do you?
Yes.
Yeah, I want you, as best you can, to draw this image again that you just saw in your mind. And I'm going to see how well I was able to communicate this to you. Okay.
Yep.
Let me see what you got. All right, it's a rather abstract person. It's a body, it's a face, and I didn't communicate an entire figure, just a simple figure to you that I thought you could get. Check it out.
Oh, no, no, how did you do that? Wait a minute.
My guy's got spikier hair, but I think we're on the same page. Yeah.
Max, that is ridiculous. Max Major.
Yeah.
Way to make magic. Where are you going to be, man, so people can come out and see these wow
So
acts?
I'm doing 5 shows here in town at the new Living Social building, 918 F Street. It's a new concept they have. They throw events and experiences and workshops. And so there's 5 shows this weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday. And if folks want more information, they can go to my website, which is maxmajor.net, and they can also go to just livingsocial.com if they want to find out about these shows specifically. But I tour all over the area.
I'm coming to see one of your shows.
You got to come out this weekend. Yeah.
Everybody to come to. That was ridiculous.